Hey Hokie Nation, welcome back to On Deck with Emma and Cassie. Today we have a very special guest that needs no introduction, but we are going to give her one anyways. In her time as a pitcher here at Virginia Tech, in her 800 innings pitched, she tallied up 1,120 strikeouts, 97 career wins, a career ERA of 1.76. She was the two-time ACC Pitcher of the Year and a two-time first-team All-American. Welcome back, Hokie Nation, Keely Rochard. Woo! How are you today, Keely?
I am good. How are you?
We're good. We've been up since 5 a.m.
Obviously.
We have lift now at 6:30 in the morning.
Actually, we had conditioning and then lift.
Yeah. We actually had conditioning and then we had lift. So yeah.
Don't miss that.
I get it. It was a lot of running today, but it's okay. Well, how's your day been? What's it looked like?
Oh, I'm a working girl, so I wake up actually at 6. So let me rephrase. I have to clock in at 6:30. So I wake up at 6:27.
Perfect.
Real.
And I work from home. I work for the U.S. Oncology Center, and I am a insurance specialist. Yep, so medical insurance and coding denials. So fun. But yeah, it's from home. So I work 6:30 to 3. So I get off at 3, which is nice. And I got to make my own schedule. So I got to pick like the hours that I wanted to work.
Wait, that is so nice.
I did that.
That's really nice.
We have my stepson with us right now. And so I get to watch him all day long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's so
fun.
fun.
I love that.
Yeah, that's my typical day. And then make dinner.
What are you having for dinner?
Tonight, I'm doing tacos.
Period.
Ooh.
I love tacos.
I love it when they have taco stuff up in the performance center, but
It's been lacking recently, so if you guys are watching this, I want Mexican Tuesday back.
yeah.
Just
I
saying.
will say from your senior year to now, they really have stepped up the performance center food. Like it is really
It's
nice
so good
now.
And there's sweet treats.
Oh, they always have such good dessert. Don't tell Coach Pete.
What?
No, I don't think I really even ate in there my senior year.
Yeah, that was I guess it opened the spring of your senior year, and then your 5th year it was open the whole time. Yeah. But we could only get it to go. Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. Most of the time we would just be like, because I had my dining dollars, we'd be like,
Chick-fil-A?
Do you want to go to Qdoba? You want to go get
Qdoba and Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, and I'd be like, what other meals y'all want? What other meals?
So Liv's like, I got the card. Everyone come with me.
I was like, who wants? I think I gave my card to my RA one time. I was like, what do y'all want? Y'all need food?
Awesome.
It always is freshman year. I remember being a freshman and like all of the people above me were like, which freshman has money? We would visit our house. So it's so funny, like each year as the years went on, like me, Darby, and Mac, we'd be like, which freshman are we taking? Which freshman are we taking?
Who has money? Who has money?
Who can feed us?
I know. It would be like you, me, Ivy, Molly, like all the pitchers. We'd be like, all right, guys, let's go to Chick-fil-A. Let's go to Dunkin'.
During the middle of practice,
yeah, middle of practice, we'd be like, I think we should go. and they'd be like,
what's the team doing?
They're hitting. Where are we?
Goodbye.
We're at Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A before lift.
Oh, yeah. The other day, not to expose us, but the other day, you know what? We'll just tell you about this now.
We'll get into it right now.
Listen to this thing we had to do. So yesterday,
our military.
We have like a military workout day. Have you met Josh?
Yeah,
he has us do this military challenge day, 20X challenge, and we have to do prowler pushes we have to do this 5 sets. So the first set is 1 prowler push, and then you have 8 chances to hit 5 targets. And every 1 out of 5 you don't hit, it's like 10 sit-ups. So you have to hit your spots. But then the second time, it's 2 up and back, and then 3 up and back, and then 4, and then 5. So that's what we did yesterday.
But before that, we actually had to throw 3 sets of 16 pitches, like on a timer. So it's
Yeah.
not like we're going to this fresh. We've already thrown like 50 pitches.
Yeah.
And then we go into it.
What?
Basically a bullpen before all that.
Yeah. And I said one day, I was like, man, if Keely was here right now, she would not let this fly. Dang it.
Emma, do you remember the day that we went up to Doug after our game?
Boy.
Yes. We had just pitched against UNC.
A game.
Like a real
Like
series
a live
game.
Like a spring real game. Not fall game, a spring game.
game. And he wanted us to do a workout after the game. And so we were like, I don't think we can do that right now. Like, can we do that tomorrow? And he was like, no. He got so mad at us.
So mad. He didn't talk to us
He
for
didn't
a
talk
week.
to us for a
Oh,
week.
I remember you telling me that because you were like, yeah, one time Doug didn't speak to me for a
He
week.
just like didn't talk to us, and it was like, at first we were like, what in the world? But then we were just laughing about it because we were like, man, what the heck?
Happens.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But then
so
Definitely a good
so
time.
many crazy memories. Can you believe I am old now, Keely?
No, I've been thinking that the whole time. Like, it's so weird. Even like looking back on like my Snapchat memories, like a thing came up of like me and Darby the other day.
Yes.
And it was like 7 years ago today.
that's insane.
insane. Wait,
That's
was that when you were a freshman?
Yeah, to think that you were a freshman and now you're a senior is just
I know. The other day, we were in lift, and I was just like looking around at everyone when we were warming up, and I was like, I'm the oldest person here right now.
she's the grandma.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
it's so weird. How many times did I tell you it goes by fast?
Oh my! Like, I literally feel like yesterday I was getting called for illegal pitches, and now look at me. Now I'm 22.
What a great memory to remember.
I know. It's so weird how fast it goes by. And then your senior year, like, you know it goes by fast. Like, you say it all the time, like your freshman, senior, and junior year. But when it gets to your senior year, it's a different feeling.
Oh, this fall.
Oh, it's
Oh my
flown
gosh!
by.
Usually I'm like, 20-hour weeks, but I'm like, wait, 20-hour weeks are over? I'm like, what do you mean, guys? Wait, no.
It's so weird. It's so,
I know.
because you know, like, as much as you tell yourself, like, enjoy it, it goes by fast, you don't genuinely feel that until you're in that
No.
senior year.
No, you really don't. And it is just like, oh my gosh, like I'm like present in every single moment because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't miss anything. Like,
and you try so hard to like and I know I did, like, I tried so hard to like emphasize how fast it goes by to all the like younger people on the team, and I feel like everyone's just like, all right, like, stop talking about it. But then they get it when
I
they
know,
get to
and
that
you're like,
point,
wait.
and it's like, it's crazy because it's just, I don't even know how to explain it or how to like make someone else realize like this is about to fly by.
yeah, I know. It like, oh my gosh.
I just
it
feel
has
like
gone
this
by too
fall in
fast.
general has flown by. Like, even thinking
Yeah.
about our bonding trip and like 20 hours, like we're about to be into
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like it's just
I
like,
know.
what?
Wait, do you know about our bonding trip?
She probably sees on social media. We love to post about it.
Oh my gosh, this is another thing that like we were like, oh my gosh, if Keely and like Bennett and all you guys were here, y'all would be like, nah, like no way, because so they took our phones for the whole weekend. They took our phones for the whole weekend.
Yeah, they did that our first bonding trip.
Wait, when did you do that your freshman year? Or
No, it was Pete's first year,
Your
my
sophomore
sophomore
year.
year.
yeah.
Yeah, they took all of our phones and we were not.
Yep, no. And we went in these 3 sketchy vans.
We love to send pictures
in the
of
middle of nowhere. We are in the woods, and we're at this like.
Y'all might have gone to the same place we
We might have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we're at this cabin, and honestly, I mean, like it was kind of fun, but by the second day, because we went up to Nova to play, and like we went out to eat and like stayed in a hotel. But I'll tell you what, when I got into that hotel room, I was like, "Oh, I wish I like had my phone right now." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it'd be great to like call my mom right now, like, but
We're just
yeah.
we were literally just laying there. We had spent the last like 24 hours together. There was nothing to talk about. Like we just were like, okay.
I was like, I love you guys, but
what's
after
next?
this, I need some alone time. All right.
For real. Yeah, we my sophomore year we did that. We went to some cabin in North Carolina, and the cabin, it was like a big cabin, and then there were mini cabins on the property, so we all were like assigned to a room. In my room, it was just one queen size bed, and it was me and Olivia Latin. And I remember that weekend specifically because there was like other like little cabins had like 6 beds in it, and so everyone's like in there, and me and Liv were sharing this one little queen bed.
That's
It
awesome.
was so funny because it's like we ran out of stuff to talk about because it's just us two. Like there's not 5 other people contributing, so we're just like, okay,
All right, you want to go to sleep?
Night.
All right, good night, I guess. Like,
That's so funny.
that is so.
And we did a cooking challenge.
Yep.
So did we. So did we. Yep.
I think I did the
Yeah,
same thing
we
that we did.
probably did. We
Well,
probably
didn't
did.
Tree come up with it for last
Oh,
year? And then we just kind of
yeah.
did the same thing this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Tree planned the whole thing last year, so yeah, she probably did get the idea from.
I don't think. I'm trying to think.
Or was she? Was she
she
there?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think she's
2 years older than me.
She's 2 years older than me.
No, she was. That might have been her freshman year. That should have been her freshman.
I don't know. I don't know. The years all get jumbled up. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, she's 2 years younger than
She's
me.
because she's not Jamie and them.
So she heard the stories.
Yeah.
So no, she would have been. I would have been a junior her freshman year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Pete's second year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure she heard
I'm
about
sure.
it.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Because it was definitely like going into that next year, like, oh, we do not want to go on this bonding trip. Everyone make sure to text everyone, let them know we're getting our friends taken away. And we did it. We didn't. The next one was fun. They're all fun.
Yeah, it was when we did it last year, we were definite like this year we knew we were getting our phones taken, so it was kind of just like, okay. But last year we definitely were blindsided with it, and we were like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're taking our phones for the whole weekend?
It's crazy. But it actually is so much fun. And it definitely did like help like team bonding. I know we did it because it was, like I said, Pete's first year, like everyone really wanting to build the chemistry better, which definitely helped. I liked it a lot in hindsight.
Yeah. I know. Looking back on it, I'm like, wait, like
It was good. It was good.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was a good trip.
Yeah. I agree.
Whose van did y'all get?
Last year I was in Josh's van, which was kind of lit. Like it was kind of fun. This year I was with Pete and Memu.
Great. I've been
Yeah.
with Mike both years.
Oh,
So me and Mike really have bonded because I never see him other than.
Yeah.
I
never
love
see
Coach
him.
Mike.
I really don't see Coach Mike much.
I never see Coach Mike.
Yeah.
Unless we just got a new machine for like ground balls and fly balls, and they've been sending so many videos in
They,
the
like,
group
send-
chat
yeah.
of a tutorial, and he's like, "Mamu, are you getting this? Are you getting this? Make sure you get this angle." And they're just like so funny.
I gotta send you one because
Oh my
Coach,
God.
they're like making each other field ground balls and pop flies. Like
It's like Mamu getting hit by the ball. It's so funny.
I saw one on Pete's.
Oh, of course.
Probably.
Of course.
Our,
yes.
Our Twitter king.
Our Twitter king.
He loves
Sorry,
it.
X.
X.
Our
king.
ex king.
He loves it.
Well, Keely, we wanted to wish you a happy retirement from pro softball, a good 3 seasons. How was your whole experience with like pro softball? Like, how was it different than college softball?
Oh, thank you, first of all. Second of all, Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. My last 2 years I did enjoy a lot. I think the different part of it is it's really weird going from like college where the fan base and everyone is like loving softball and you have lots of fans at your games and it's just like really hyped up, really talked about, like a lot of people want to watch it. Games are getting sold out, World Series is expanding, and then you go to the pro level and it's like almost like you switch back to high school. And it's like fan base wise, talent wise, like it's better than college.
Yeah.
Definitely harder, but that's because you're also facing the best of everyone from college all the time. And not only that, but they've also now come together with other people from other colleges and gotten more tips and still learning and still adapting and still changing. And so they're only getting better as well. So and then you also go into pro ball, and for a pitcher, you're like, even if you haven't faced people, it's still, it becomes more of a select few in pro ball. Like, okay, I know this person because they were really good at their school and I know what they throw or what they're really good at. And so I know for like pro ball, I think I threw a lot more drops than I threw in college ever. But it's just because like it's also a mind game too. Like, when you're like, I know that they know I throw rise ball, so I'm gonna throw drop ball. It's like it worked because I had it, but it's really hard to do like on a regular basis, especially when you don't have like your pitching coach with you all the time, or you're not doing it year round. You're only doing it 2 months out of the whole year. So it's like on top of trying to maintain your regular job and your regular life, then also training for softball if it's not something you do every day. And I know a lot of people are like college coaches and do that for a living, which is a leg up for them for sure. But then the people who don't, it's like you have to really find that time to train and then develop and maintain that same level of training that you had. And sometimes it's really hard to do. And I think like I think struggled more with it this past year, but I think also I had just got this new job and then, so many other factors that just play into my everyday life now that didn't prior. And so I think that's like ultimately kind of why I retired too, is just I love it. I love the game for sure, but it also is time to kind of put my family and my priorities ahead. So my priorities have changed now because of that. So
Yeah.
but I do love it, and I think I hope that pro softball continues to grow, and I do think that there are some people in the pro softball league who have the ability to make that happen, and I think that there are some transformations going towards that, but ultimately it's going to take a whole of everyone coming together and having a common goal instead of the big people who can make that change all having their own goal. I think they all need to come together and have a common goal. So I do think that it's definitely potential is definitely
I
there.
love that.
Yeah, I hope it keeps growing.
Me too.
like
I was going to
that.
say, plug everyone, watch professional
Watch
softball.
professional
Let's
softball.
grow it. So then when
Yes.
MLM gets there next year, it's going to be big.
Yeah. Okay, this has been something I have wanted to ask. So obviously like you're pitching against like the best of the best hitters. Who was like your least favorite person to pitch to, and who was the hardest, you think, for you to pitch to? That's a crazy question, but I have been wanting to ask that.
It's a good question, and honestly it might change year to year, and that's just because like teams change too. So like sometimes I'll have like my first year, like Jossie wasn't on my team my first year, but she's on my team the next 2 years.
That's like a
You
really
stumped
hard
her.
question.
You stumped
That's a hard
her.
question. That's a lot of people.
Stump me for real.
a lot of people to have to throw to.
I know. I mean, you think of
There are a lot of people
yeah,
that do too.
it's the best colleges, the best players. Like, I bet nobody's like,
Yeah.
dang, that sucks.
I will, like for me, of like our team and all other teams, it's always gonna be Emma Ritter.
I
Yeah.
Hate throwing to Emma Ritter.
just break her rib. Just break her rib. She won't hit against you again.
Because why are you hitting this and then
No,
Yeah.
literally, why? Like what?
like what are you doing? How are you?
Yeah,
doing
no,
it?
literally. How can you take your hands to a ball 2 feet over your head?
She's like an insane athlete.
No, she's crazy. Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, I would still like. I can't say specifically anyone, but I would say still lefties.
Mm-hmm.
Power lefties. Let me rephrase.
Power lefties, yeah.
Yeah.
Power lefties.
Yeah. I get that. And okay, who has
If I hit you, it's not on purpose, but I'm also not.
no
mad
literally
about it.
I have been throwing a lot of curveballs
Curveballs.
into lefties, and like especially like against our own team, I'm like, guys, I gotta practice this. I like, you know it's coming. I move if it's too much. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry.
We have a list of the amount of people I've hit on our team. Like, just a
Yeah.
running list at this point.
Cassie's popped a lot of them.
Like, I broke Emma Ritter's rib last year in season.
No, that's a
But she's okay. She played through it. She's fine. Let me clarify. But I swear, it's like when I'm facing any other batter, I don't care. But you put our team in there, and my first thought is don't hit him. And then first pitch, I nailed
Pop.
him. So this
Yeah.
fall, I've been working about don't say that the first
Yeah.
time. But the list has been a little bit shorter this fall. The
yeah.
last fall, I felt like it was every other batter. Put a righty in there, you're probably gonna get hit.
Yeah, it's like me with lefties.
Yeah. We're growing though. We're getting better.
We have so many lefties now. I feel like my freshman year, I feel like we had like 3 lefties. I feel like we did not have like that many.
Our
lefties.
whole lineup is lefties
We have,
because
like all lefties.
I
this
talked
year.
to Josh about throwing to
Crazy.
righties more, and like I look at the groups and there's like maybe a righty in each group. Like our
Yeah.
whole lineup is left-handed hitters now.
That's how I think. I can't remember. It might have been like my 5th year that I feel like we started getting a lot.
Yeah,
And it's like
we
like you
started
said,
getting,
power hitting lefties too. It's not like we're facing a slapper. I think we have
Mhm.
one slapper.
Like they can all jack the ball.
Yep.
Like hey, they can definitely all hit the ball really hard.
Yep.
I saw you got an at bat, a professional at bat.
Everyone go look it up. Get the views.
Actually, 2 of them, but you only
Yes.
saw one because the second one was not pretty.
It was sent in the group chat just to let you know.
Yes, Coach Pete did send it in our group chat, and I was
Yeah, no. Coach Flo, she called me down from the bullpen. She's like, Keely, she said, Jada doesn't feel good. You got me, dude? And I was like, in the outfield for sure. Yeah, I'm out there. She was like, no, like up to bat right now. And I was like,
yeah.
Were you mad it messed up your bun? I feel like that would bother me. I said, were you mad it like messed up your bun? Because you had to put the helmet on.
no, it's all right. I think.
Period.
But I also got to play outfield.
Yes,
You know?
I did see that. I was like, period. I know Keely loves to play outfield. Anytime we got to go shag
I was
balls,
just in the
you were the
shagging.
first one out there to go shag.
The shagging.
That has been my biggest ask, like all throughout. pro ball. Like, please just let me play outfield. Like, please let me play.
Yeah.
And so I finally did my last game
Oh,
ever.
that was so
That's
fun.
awesome.
That is so fun.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, Coach Pete sent that in the group chat. And all I could think about was literally the last game we played against Florida when we were getting that everything just that could go wrong and that game went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete looked at you and went, huh, you want that bat? And we were all like, Pete, it is not the time. And you were like,
Not now.
you were like, no, I don't. We were like, it is not the time right now,
Like,
Pete. Come
but you can put me
on.
in outfield.
Oh my goodness. Right. I would go to the outfield. You could offer me that.
We were gonna do this thing this year. Our like game, we were supposed to play 2 games against I forget what team at the end of last year, but they got canceled. But we were gonna let Emma Ritter throw the first pitch of the game, and I was gonna play center field for one pitch, and then we were gonna flip. And we were like, with our luck, like Emma Ritter would throw a pitch right down the middle, and then I would have to like
Get it right.
go
too.
make some crazy play or something. It's like that would literally be our luck.
That's what when I was playing the outfield, I only had 3 outs, right? So I was like, all right, I went out there. Sydney Sherrill was pitching.
Oh yes,
Wait,
I saw that. I saw
yes.
Yes. I looked at Sid, I was like, Sid, come me. She's like, I got you. Literally the last out, I think it was the last out, was a ball to me. And she was like, Keely, I told you.
Oh my gosh.
But what's so funny is I could see her trying, because I was playing left field and I think there was a lefty up. I could see her trying to get it like.
She had your back. She had your back. That's awesome.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is really about to come to me. And it did.
You're like, oh wait, never mind. Go back in. Go back in.
Never mind.
I feel so accomplished now.
That was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Well, again, congrats on your pro career. That is so
Yeah.
awesome. I remember when you were a senior and they had like the pro draft, and we were like, guys, we have to watch it. Keely's getting drafted first. We have to watch. We have to watch.
I know, we were in a Dr. B meeting.
Yeah, it was in our Dr. B meeting. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember when I said I was only going to do 1 year.
Yeah,
maybe?
I know. I literally was telling Cassie that. I was like, she said she was only gonna do 1 year. She's a liar.
I was bored. Why not, you know?
Why not?
Sure.
You only do this once.
Yeah, I know. Stay in it as long as you can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Keely, we have to ask, what was your favorite moment or memory at Virginia Tech?
Okay. I feel like I really can't narrow it down to one. I could say a few of my favorite for sure would be like on the team wise, it would just be that that trip that we did at Disney. Or at Universal.
That was so fun.
I think what made it so fun and too was Emma knows what I'm about to say.
I do. Mama Kills was out and about at Universal.
Yeah. And I think that's what made it so fun was like the Universal when I was a kid versus Universal now is different because Universal and Adventure Island used to just be one.
Yeah.
But the Adventure Island was separated and we didn't know that going in. And so some of the girls ended up getting to go to Adventure Island, like switch their ticket, but it just depended upon what academy you went to. Yeah. So it's like our group is like the last group that hasn't gotten in. Yeah. And so we go up to one of the counters and they're like, no, sorry, we can't do it, blah, blah. I'm like, well, unfortunately, you've already let the rest of our team in, so you're just gonna have to let us in. Like, I understand that we aren't allowed to, but now you've separated our team, and
we have to be together.
I understand it's a mistake, but now you just got to follow through on the mistake.
Yeah, like you just have to let us all in, and they did.
Hilarious.
After talking, we talked to like 2 different people.
I can talk to a manager.
Yeah, like she pulled out the manager.
Okay.
And he was like, yes, ma'am. Okay, give me 1 second. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, that I think made it so fun was just like all of us like just out there having fun together and like, I don't know. It felt like, you know when it says like no phones, like it felt like we didn't have our phones. Like we all were like genuinely there, like having fun together.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was so fun. That, and then obviously, like, I think one of my other favorites was my 4th year, my senior year, my original senior year, when we went to Arizona for regionals and then got sent to UCLA. We got to spend like that whole time on the West Coast, and so it was really cool, just like that whole week or week and a half. I don't even know how long we were out there. But it was really cool out there. That was really fun. And that was our first time winning a regional and then also going to supers. So that was so much fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. But then I think my favorite thing, just like not even being an athlete, is just Virginia Tech, like as a whole, like the atmosphere, the fan base, like the camaraderie, everything about Virginia Tech and Blacksburg and the area. Like I just love Blacksburg, and I love like going back and visiting, and I'm just a proud alum.
Oh,
Yes. I
love
know,
that.
it's so awesome here.
It is.
It's cold and rainy today, but most
Yes.
days it's awesome.
It's the same here, but not as windy. Yeah. That's the only part about Blacksburg that I'm like, I do not enjoy in the winter.
Yeah.
Is the wind.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
having to
it's
leave the
brutal.
house at 6 a.m. when it's 30 degrees out and raining, I was like, ooh, I just want to crawl in my bed today.
So it's so hard to wake up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so this is kind of a big question, but do you feel like there was like either one game or one season that kind of like defined you as a pitcher here at Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I would say yes, and it's the UCLA game. And I feel like that is mainly just because I feel like that's what put like my name out past Virginia Tech, past the ACC. Yeah, so I think like after that game, like I was trending on Twitter, like it was like all, and so I think that's really what did it, was just like more of like not necessarily defined my career, because I kind of like I already knew how my career would go. I think defined it in like more of a like broader sense, like other people from other conferences started to notice. And so I feel like that's probably the game that I would say.
Awesome.
Put some respect on your name, honestly.
Period.
Like, that's like
My goodness. But what honestly, I feel like I personally felt more defined in my career, just based on like, I think that was also, was that the year? I think that was the year that we had to play 4-game series. Yeah, it was. And so like for me personally, knowing that like, okay, I have to face this team at least 3 times this weekend.
Yeah.
And like being successful at it, like for me was, I guess, like eye-opening in a sense, or just like rewarding too, because it is like I am also, the hard work that I put in the fall is showing, and it's also like, a developmental thing for a pitcher too, of just, you have these pitches, but learning how to use them and when to use them and how to, come up with your own game plan for each game, especially when you're facing the same team 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row, and it's hard. Even 3-game series is really hard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then doing it 4, like another game makes it 1,000 times harder. And then,
Oh, I'm sure.
even though it's just one more game, it's insane how much harder it makes it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was looking at your stats, your career stats, and that year, I think it said you pitched 240 something innings. Like, that is crazy.
That's insane.
That
is actually
like
so
that is
insane.
so crazy. That's like, so what you were talking about of like pitching to like the same team like 3 times in a row, and like trying to come up with ways to, having to beat the same 9 batters, 27 times, like so many times. That's something we've been talking a lot about this year, is like you throw a pitch, like I throw someone a drop ball and somehow they miss underneath it. It's like, okay, hit them with a rise ball next. Like trying to just like read the batters in real time.
Yes. And it's like, and I think too, I'm a 4th-year senior trying to face teams that I've faced my whole career.
Yeah.
4 times now. It'd be like, if I was a freshman, it would be like, okay, like I can do this, freshman.
Throwing all rise balls.
Yeah. But
Like,
it's like,
all rise
okay, they
balls?
know every little thing about me, because for the past 3 years, they've seen everything about me. So it's like, I really have to be different. Like I really have to, really rely on what I've learned and learn how to use it all properly.
Yeah, no, and especially like when, we throw at least once a week, like live to our team, and they've seen us
a million times, it
a
feels
million
like.
times. And so, like, obviously, like, if somebody gets a home run, you're just like, well, they've seen me a million times. But, like, it is kind of a challenge of, like, okay, well, you don't know that a changeup's about to come to you. Like,
especially with
I would
hitters.
never throw you a changeup in real life, but okay, I'm just gonna throw it.
That's how I used to feel about lives, like all the time. Like I would never do this in a real game to like, an actual lineup, but it's just like it's also a lot of practice, and it's learning how if you do face the same person multiple times, maybe you would realistically do this.
Like that might be your sequence. Who knows? Like
especially like our batters are so good, and I feel like they've been so good this fall at taking. Like last year they like to swing. This year I feel like they're taking everything. Like if it's a marginal pitch, they're not swinging, and
chase.
Coach Mike is not calling it a strike.
They do not chase
so, like,
at all.
For us, it's made us like be like 10 times better because like we have to make them swing. I swear, like Zoe, one of our catchers, like will just stand there, and I'm like, that is a good pitch. Why didn't you swing? And she was like, I'm just like, it wasn't my pitch, and it's like not a strike. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like it's made us a lot better this fall that they're like that, but sometimes it does get a little annoying.
I feel like our hitters are so, I guess you would just say like they're so confident in their abilities that like, okay, you get a strike past them, they're like, all right, cool, throw me another one. Don't do that again. I'm gonna hit it.
I like rarely throw the same pitch back to back. If it's like I don't know, like at the same spot. Like I'll move a spot, but like I'm rarely going to throw like 2 drop balls in a row unless they're just like completely swinging and missing, but they're so good at adjusting right now that like we have to be so much better at like mixing, and Josh has to be like on top of his game.
Which is good because like Josh will give us full charts of our like how we pitch to our own team, and it's like how many like hard contact you had, like how much like what your whiff percentage is, and like you're like, well, it's to my own team, but at the same time, you're like, well, like, if I can strike them out, then, okay, cool, I can strike anyone out.
Especially now in November. Like, I swear we throw to this, they mix it up, but I swear I throw to, like, the same 5 people every single live, no matter what it is. And I'm like, if I can still get a ground ball out of you, I'm okay. But, like,
I think that was, like, one of my rules 5th year, too. Like, I wasn't, like, in the spring, I was not allowed to throw back to back the same pitch. I had to throw something different each time.
Had to mix it.
Which sucked. Especially if like I felt like I was like, oh, I could throw this 2-3 times. I wasn't like allowed to.
That's worst.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was also, when I was looking at your stats, I saw that the most innings, like consecutive innings you pitched was 9 innings. And do you remember what game that was?
Baseball.
I think it was against Florida State. Yes.
That's
Florida State.
Friday night. It was a Friday night game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the first game.
Yeah, it was that we like had the game. Addie hit an inside the park home run. We had the game, and then Michaela Edenfield hit a rocket at Bree, and she threw it like a football over first base. And Michaela Edenfield.
Bree stopped it, and she had so much time, like
Launched it.
so much time, and I literally launched it.
Literally launched it. And
Michaela Edenfield got an in the park home run off of that.
In the park home run. Yep. And then we had to play some extra innings. And then if you
extra softball for
if you thought that game was the craziest game you've ever seen, just wait till the next day, because then we then we won 23-10.
I think I remember watching this.
And if you think that game was
Back in
crazy
my
enough,
senior year.
let's go to the next game where I got called for 12 illegal pitches in a row and walked 3 people.
I remember
And Pete and Doug both got kicked out.
Yep.
And Doug got thrown out.
Sinnoh.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
And I had to go back in.
You were pitching. They put me in. Couldn't get a strike called. because they were all illegal pitches. I think I struck Josie Muffley out 3 times. And so then they switched. Yeah, in the same at bat.
Perfect.
And then they switched us, and I was like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And so I was like really mad, and I like go down to the dugout to like cool off, and Coach Mike comes down there. He's like, get in the dugout. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
I'm on my way.
And then after he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. And I was like, it's okay. I know you were stressed.
No, I felt so bad for him. He was like, that was such a bad situation.
No, I know.
Shout out to our coaches for playing a part and getting that rule
The Emma
changed.
Lemley rule.
Call it the Emma Lemley rule.
That's
That whole thing. Do you remember Doug would be like, just dig a hole on the mound so they can't see that your foot is going off the ground. I was like,
Oh my gosh, do you remember the Liberty game when you had that sock on, or what was the duck, or
yes, he tried to like put a sock on my cleat to like extend it, and I literally almost like slipped and fell on my face, and I was
Perfect.
like, I can't do it. I was like, I'm not doing this.
so funny, like the innovations that
No,
you would come
literally.
up with.
Anything except keep my foot on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's so hard to like try to make an adjustment like
Yeah,
I was just saying
Mhm.
mid-season.
I know. Yeah, but that's okay. Don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's done.
We're back. It's fine.
It's awesome.
Oh my goodness, that was so funny.
Okay. So every podcast we do a
Media of the
week. We just say like what we've been listening to, what we've been watching, like anything we've been really into media wise.
Yeah. I'm trying
so
to think of mine.
what have you been into recently?
I really only listen to my husband's music now.
I knew you were gonna plug it.
Okay.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Definitely go subscribe on YouTube,
Yes.
follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of it. All his music's on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever platform, all of them.
What's the username?
But it's TRO444, TRL 444.
Period.
If you, we'll tag in our Instagram comments. Don't worry. Don't
You
worry.
heard it, Hokie Nation.
And he does all kinds of music, so
Awesome.
a little bit of everything for anyone who likes
Cool.
I love
whatever. Hopefully some country will be coming soon.
Ooh!
But yeah,
love country.
I like country music, for sure. Outside of that, yeah, I don't really listen to much else right now.
Yeah,
Just listen
hey.
to his music.
A supportive wife.
Yes, we love it.
We love. I've been watching, I just watched, what's that it's called Yellow Jackets. It's a show. It's about it's a really crazy, freaky show. So if you're not into like crazy shows, don't watch it. But it's like this soccer team, and they are on their way to a game, and their plane crashes like in the mountains.
Oh.
And they have to survive out there for 19 months, and it's crazy. It's a really crazy show, but that's what I've been watching.
Love that. I've been rewatching with Sophie, Gilmore Girls, obviously. It's just a fall time show, and
It
I
is.
always try and switch it up, and I just can't.
Yeah.
And nothing has like been spiking my interest, so
Yeah.
I'm just kind of rewatching it for like the 4th time.
Yeah. Do either of y'all watch Yellowstone?
My parents love
My parents watch it.
love it.
Yeah.
It's our parents.
Everyone's
Our parents get it.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I hear my parents talk
Yes.
about it sometimes.
Well,
but
I watched it with my parents. I honestly really liked it, but I have never like sat down and been like,
yeah,
I'm gonna watch
I'm
this.
gonna
You
watch
know,
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like it's good.
My fall time show that I watch 1,000 times and will watch it 1,000 times is One Tree Hill.
I just finished it. That's why I'm on to Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
I love
One Tree Hill.
that show.
This is so random, but when I went to London,
Mm-hmm.
I was walking with my aunt just on the streets of London, and we passed this girl, and I was like, she looks so familiar.
Who was it?
Who is that? It was, I can't remember, I don't know her name, but it's the one that plays Haley.
Oh,
I don't know her name, but I was
don't
like, I know
her
who
name.
that is.
Penny
Who-
Joy Lynn.
Yes. I was like, who is that? I
She
know
was like
her.
MIA for a while.
Yeah, I was like, I
want-
know
I
her.
want Haley to be. I want Bethany to be Haley in real life. Like, whenever I see them, like, I believe that they're actual characters.
It's her.
I love that.
It's
I love
her.
that.
No, yeah. I was like, I know who that is. Who is that? And then as we were walking past, I was like, One Tree Hill.
Yes.
One Tree Hill. Oh my God. And I immediately texted my sister and I was like, guess who I just saw in London?
Yeah.
I checked her Instagram to
Wait,
make sure it
that's
was
fun.
her. And she was like in London. I was like,
It was
it was
her.
her. I walked right past her.
She just like came out for like the first time in like years. She was like
Yeah.
MIA on like Call Her Daddy. She like went on the podcast and like talked about everything that's happened since like it was insane. I didn't even realize she like went MIA. I don't know, because I guess I watched the show over and over and over again. I'm like, she's still here. But then I went and looked at her social medias and it was like really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just watched the Golden Bachelorette.
I see
Yes.
clips on TikTok, but I see
I
clips
do.
of
I
that.
just see the clips on
Cute.
TikTok.
I think it's so cute and also so sad at the same time because
Yeah.
like they have like stories of like their spouse dying.
Yeah.
I know. It always gets you.
I know.
Just so yeah, but I also love like I think I enjoy watching the Golden Bachelorette and Bachelor more than I enjoyed the other one because this one's like just watching the group of guys and the group of girls that come into the mansion is such a different dynamic and it
I
just shows
know.
like how age like matures
Oh,
people.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
A lot of them,
yes.
they're like very respectful, very
They're, like, so sweet.
And they
so
all
sweet.
just like they all just try to help each other through life. And
Yeah.
it's like they give like their knowledge is so like it's just so crazy.
It's-
I
like,
know.
how it's
I love
not,
that.
not a competition. It's just like, you know, we're all here for a reason and
That's so cute.
sometimes that reason is just to meet each other.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to ask, are you, to kind of wrap us up here, now that, you know, you've played a few years, a few seasons of pro ball, do you want to, like, stay involved with softball, like pitching lessons or, like,
Or are
anything
you
like
moving
that?
on?
You moving on?
I don't know, honestly. Like I do. I love softball. I enjoy
Yeah.
softball. I do feel like I'm really good at teaching the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't really decided honestly.
That's
Like
fair.
I
I get
have
it.
done lessons a little bit before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say no, but I'm also not gonna say yes.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
I
Maybe,
don't
like,
know.
down
I think
the
it'll
road.
depend upon like my future and what that holds. And like I know, like as for coaching, like at a college, like I've been asked a lot,
Mhm.
and I just don't. I don't know. I've traveled so much with
I get it.
softball, and I just don't think that I could. I don't
Yeah.
know. I definitely don't want to keep doing like traveling. and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
get
understand
it. It's a lot.
that.
It's a crazy schedule.
Yeah, especially like starting a family and stuff. So
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well,
Thank you so much.
We have loved having you
Yes.
on. I know everybody will be so
Oh my gosh.
excited.
Hokie Nation is not ready for
Hokie
this.
Nation is not ready for this episode.
They're gonna be so excited.
No, but for real, it was so good to see you
Yeah.
and catch up and
Yeah.
talk. And yeah, thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. I'm so honored to be your first alumni guest.
Woo!
Best for first. Best first.
Best for first.
Best for first.
All right.
Well, I will definitely be out there this spring.
Yes.
better be.
You heard
We're
it,
holding
Hokie
you.
Nation. Keep your eyes peeled.
Hey, Florida State, they're coming here.
Yeah. Senior night is against FSU. So that's what
Better
I've
be
heard.
there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you have a very good rest of your
Yes.
day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right. See
Bye,
you,
Queen.
Hokie Nation.